Hello YouTube, Dave here again, back with a, I guess you'd call it a bonus video. If anyone who knows me, or if you've watched some of the other like non-tabletop RPG related videos on my channel, especially the video game stuff, you will know that I'm a huge fan of Nintendo. Nintendo was a company that I've loved pretty much my entire life. From the time I was 5 years old and got my first Nintendo Entertainment System up until the most recent system that I have, which is the Wii U. I just love the company overall, and honestly, at this point in my life, with having a family and everything, I really don't have any interest in the Xbox or PlayStation anymore. I prefer the more kid-friendly or family-oriented video games because they're just something that we can all sort of enjoy together, and I have grown to appreciate that more and more as time has gone on. So anyway, the purpose of this prattling was just to say that I picked up something Nintendo related, and what I ended up picking up was the Super Mario Brothers Encyclopedia, the first 30 years. So I picked this up just a couple of days ago, and it was on sale at Chapters. It was normally like a $54, $55 book, and they had it on sale for 40 bucks. So getting that amount off, I figured why not. So I picked this up, and I just absolutely love this book. So basically what it is just sort of chronicles the history of the Mario franchise from 1985 to 2015. It's kind of interesting that it stopped at 2015, and when I first saw this, I almost thought that this was several years old, but its publication date, its first publication date, is 2018, October 2018. So this is something that has just come out. So it goes. I think the last game that it has on there is Super Mario 3D World, which is a game that I have actually, and is awesome. I love it. So there's some cool stuff in here. Including some interviews, which I haven't had a chance to read as of yet. And then it opens up with some Super Mario Maker, piece of information, which is pretty cool. But the main thing that I want to see is it goes over the contents, or it goes over the like 17 separate titles, like main series Mario games, starting with the Super Mario Brothers all the way through. You got Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels, Mario 2, Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, Super Mario Land 2, the 6 Golden Coins, again for Game Boy, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, New Super Mario Brothers, which was for the Nintendo DS, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which was obviously on the Wii, and that's actually a game I have as well. Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Nintendo Wii as well. Super Mario 3D Land, which came with my 3DS, so I have that one. New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Mario Bros. U. New Super Mario Bros. 2 came out on the 3DS, and New Super Mario Bros. U obviously was the Wii U, and Super Mario 3D World, along with a list of every other game that Mario or Mario characters have made an appearance in. So I'm not going to go through absolutely everything here, but there's just a lot of really cool stuff. And so what you actually have is, descriptions of things like what the characters, were the playable characters, what they look like, what their sprites look like. You have, like, for example, the Super Mario Brothers, you have Mario, and then you have Luigi, and it shows, like, Small Mario, Super Mario, and has, like, the things for Luigi there as well, the counterparts. The fire one, obviously, they both look the same. And then you have the enemies, so you have, like, the concept art, or, like, the more cartoony art, along with the actual in-game sprites for both Overworld and Underworld, which is pretty cool. So again, some really, really cool stuff here, and then they have like screenshots for each of the levels. It's like a single screenshot, but you have World 1, -1, -2, -3, -4. So that's all really neat. And one of the other things that I think is really cool about this is some of them actually have like glitches that they talk about. Not too many, but you have here, and I'll just zoom in a little bit, because this is one I actually didn't know about. But it says that if you step on a bullet bill in World 6-3, it stops in midair. If you keep jumping on it, a line extends downward, and it can be used like an elevator, which is kind of interesting. I had no idea about that at all. I knew about the Hammer Brothers movie. I had seen that. The fireworks, I knew how to do that, and but one thing that's really cool, and I knew about this, but it's still cool that it actually has it in here. It has steps on how to become Small Fire Mario, which actually on my NES Classic Edition, I have a locked-in save file that takes place right after World 1-4. After I defeated Bowser, basically what you have to do is you have to be Fire Mario or Super Mario, and when you're fighting Bowser, basically you jump over his head and you wait next to the axe, and he will just sort of walk forward towards you, and you have to jump up and you have to land in such a way that you hit Bowser and the axe at the same time. So it starts the process of turning you small, but because you hit the axe, it interrupts it, and then when you go into the next world, you're still big. But if you get a mushroom, a power-up mushroom, you actually turn small, and then if you get the fire flower, you're Small Mario with the fire flower color palette, which is cool. Now, when you shoot the fireball, your character expands back up to Super Mario size for like a very short period of time. But it's cool that that's in there, and like so they do that for all kinds of games, and it's just really awesome to sort of have all this stuff here, and yeah, I mean, I love the Mario franchise. It's always been a big part of my childhood. So yeah, anything that I get to spend time with, or read through, and just see some really cool stuff, I love it. And again, this is the history of the franchise too. So it's one of those things that really goes a long way to sort of. We'll zoom back out here. That just goes away to sort of preserving that history, I guess, and just being able to go back and even just see some of these screenshots is just really, really cool. And there's actually something else in here that I didn't... Oh, yeah, here we go. So, something I actually never knew, and I'm going to have to try this out, but in the ghost house, apparently the large boo, if you stare at him for too long, will actually, like, lower his hands, like, see that they're covering his eyes there. He'll actually lower them down to see if you're still looking at him, and I haven't seen that before, but I thought that was really, really cool. So anyway, like I said, I picked this up. It was on sale, which is great, and it's based off of one of my all-time favorite video game franchises, so there you go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have this book, let me know, in the comments below what you think of it. I think it's pretty cool overall, and like the Dark Horse books, I have some of their Zelda ones. They typically do a pretty good job, so... Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.